In this video today, we're going to be doing my top 10 WWE matches of 2023. Now, this list, along with every other list that is on YouTube, is going to be different than what your list is. Like, my number one's probably going to be different than everyone else's number one, and that's okay. And if you're going to get mad about it, tell me what your list is in the comment section below. And if it sucks, I'll make fun of it. And if it's better than mine, I'll admit it. But that's not the reason why you clicked on this video. Maybe it is. Maybe you want to argue with me. But the point of today's video is to talk about what an amazing year WWE had in 2023 under Triple H. You know, we kind of finally got to see a full calendar year, other than like right after WrestleMania when Vince McMahon was around. Mostly this year, it's been Triple H. And I think WWE, this is the best year that I've ever seen as a fan. I've been a fan for about 10 years. So, time to get into this list. And number 10 on my list is AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, Night of Champions, Saudi Arabia, World Heavyweight Championship Tournament Finals. This match, it's what started the reign that is still continuing for Seth Rollins. And I mean, what all can you say? It's two of arguably the top best wrestlers in WWE having a 20-minute match on a big pay-per-view to crown a new championship. And, you know, it's the biggest position we saw AJ Styles in all year. You know, he's been kind of a background character in WWE, but he was on fire in this tournament, and this is easily his best match, I think, the last 2 years against Seth. And Seth Rollins, you know, we all knew he was going to win, but it didn't take away from the excitement of this match. Just perfect counters. I mean, these dudes have wrestled each other a bunch of times in WWE, and over their course of their careers in professional wrestling, going back to Ring of Honor. And what made this match really cool to me, I think, was AJ Styles hitting a pedigree. That was just something that spot came out of nowhere, because it looked like they were kind of building towards the finish, and then AJ hits the pedigree out of nowhere after Rollins tried to hit it on him. And good kick out by Seth Rollins. And then once it comes up, you see AJ's bleeding on his head, and you know, blood in WWE, they don't overdo it, so it's a little more special when somebody does bleed during a match. And they also kind of showed like, okay, these guys are really battling to become the first ever world heavyweight champion. And then Seth Rollins, he hit two super kicks on AJ Styles out of nowhere when Styles was going for the phenomenal forearm. Seth hits the stomp to pin AJ Styles, and then Triple H handing him the belt. Just beautiful scenery, great match, and it's number 10 on this list. Number 9 is one I think a lot of people have probably forgotten about, and that is Kevin Owens versus Gunther on Monday Night Raw, June 5th, 2023. It was a champion versus champion match, and it kind of came out of nowhere. It just kind of seems like it was a match that Triple H threw onto the show, but it's a match that's like, oh, this is getting announced and this sounds incredible. And it was. Kevin Owens, you know, he was a tag team guy at that point, but we all know how good Kevin Owens is. And Gunther, he had already hit 1 year as champion. It wasn't looking like he was going to lose the belt anytime soon. So it's like, how can this match be dramatic? And you know what made it dramatic is they beat the living hell out of each other in this match. I mean, this match was incredible. You got spots like this where these two huge guys right here, you'll see it on the replay. Watch it. Big, heavy guy, Kevin Owens, getting thrown across the ring by Gunther. And then the very next spot, you got big, heavy guy, Gunther, getting thrown by Kevin Owens. And that's the thing. These two men just showed off their strength and beat the living hell out of each other in this match. And it was also not like it was the main event match either. It just came out of nowhere in the middle of the show. Great match. And one of the reasons why I think Gunther was the MVP of WWE in 2023. Number 8 on this list, continuing with Gunther, you got Gunther versus Chad Gable for the WWE Intercontinental Championship on Raw of September 14th, 2023. And this match, we all wanted to see Chad Gable win the championship. And we didn't think he was gonna, but man, this match made you believe. And the two other matches that they had before this, absolutely insane. These two men have great chemistry, and I hope that we end up seeing them in the ring again at WrestleMania. But they gave Chad Gable a main event spot, and I think Gable went and proved himself as a main event player. And it's also one of those David versus Goliath type matches where short little Chad Gable versus big tall Gunther. And you also had the element of Chad Gable's kids being in the front row and his family, and it kind of made you think like maybe Gable does win the championship. And you know what really made you think he was going to win the championship?
Sends Gunther into the corner, rolls through into the chaos theory. Bridge, cover, win, now 2.5.
One of the best near falls all year in WWE, and it sold you a ticket on that. Number 7 on my list, and I apologize, guys, but this is my only women's match that's on this list. When I was putting this list together, like I was going through thinking like, oh, maybe Asuka versus Bianca at Night of Champions, maybe Charlotte and Rhea from WrestleMania. But there was a bunch of matches I liked more that ended up making the list. But the women's match that did is Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus at Payback. Steel cage match. Steel cage matches usually don't work for me. I don't know what it is. Like, they're never really that brutal. They're just regular matches where they don't go outside the ring, and most of the time they're like, oh, it's to keep someone out, which because again wasn't the case in this match. Zoe Stark interfered. But Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, they had a match in Saudi Arabia, and I thought the match sucked. I didn't like it at all. And then they got bumped off the SummerSlam card, and you could tell that they were pissed off. And when they had this match, they delivered. They beat the living crap out of each other. Yeah, and Trish Stratus, she had this giant bump on her forehead that it looked like she had been in a fight. It looked like she was getting her ass kicked. I don't know if my expectations were just really low going into this match, because whenever they were like, oh, Becky and Trish are kicking off the show, I'm like, I don't know about that, because like that, I did not like their Saudi Arabia match at all. I thought it was boring. But like I said, these women just physical. They laid in every shot, and you could tell just by looking at them after the match was over that they laid in every shot. And the crowd really added to this match. They were so freaking loud, man. I can't remember where this pay-per-view took place, but whatever city, if you're from that city, I give you guys a lot of credit because you guys made that match. And when that finish hits, when Becky Lynch hits that manhandle slam from the top rope, they peaked there, and it just made that moment even bigger. Number 6 on my list might be a little controversial, but it is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos, night 1 of WrestleMania 39. And I will say this match is really boring at the start, but after they hit the 1D on Sami Zayn and he kicks out, oh man, does it kick into a new gear. And like in the ring, like I said, there's not a lot to me that's impressive in this match, but it's a story that you're just so invested because of the history that Sami had with the bloodline, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and their friendship. And, it's two guys that are just easy to root for. A really good story just for this match. And it kind of set the seeds for night 2 of WrestleMania. So all around, this match was just executed to perfection, even though, like I said, there is a lot of periods in this match where it is boring and slow and it's a crawl. But it was also the main event of WrestleMania, so it's supposed to go long. Now, here's a match that didn't have any boring spots. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny, Backlash, Puerto Rico, number 5 on this list. Bad Bunny is better than a lot of dudes on the WWE roster in the ring. He is deceptively athletic. And I know these guys that he wrestles, they're, making him look good in the ring. They're selling extra. They're doing a lot of moves that they're doing the brunt of the work. And Bad Bunny just kind of has to stand there and look pretty. But it takes two to tango, and Bad Bunny is insane. And Damian Priest, I've always liked him. I never saw him as a main event guy. But after this match, I did. And you can tell that this match is really kind of what sold him on the upper echelon of WWE management and made him Senor Money in the Bank. But all the Puerto Rican legends that were involved in this match, the weapons, Carlito coming back. I mean, WWE, they used all the smoke and mirrors for this match, and it worked out perfectly. because God, this match was a lot of fun to watch. And Bad Bunny's entrance, that crowd singing, that was incredible. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the biggest fan of Bunny's music. He's got a few songs I like. I really love Booker T. I think that song's great. But Bad Bunny as a person and just him being a genuine fan of wrestling, oh my God, I love that dude. And I really, really hope that we get a cameo from him at WrestleMania 40 or in the Royal Rumble. Number 4 on this list, main event of night 2 of WrestleMania 39, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes taking on the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. I'm not going to pretend like this match doesn't piss me off because I really thought Cody Rhodes was going to win. But man, the near falls, and it was a match where I was like, man, I don't know how these two are going to work in the ring, but it turns out they work really good together. And like I said, it kind of, if I can compare it to something, it reminds me a lot of John Cena versus AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble 2016. Just the near falls, like you had the big table spot, and they still went for like 20 more minutes after that. It's like, man, this guy's already went through a table and this match is still going, which kind of made those near falls even more dramatic, if you ask me. And man, Roman really laid in the elbows in this match too, and just really started messing up Cody Rhodes. And I think a lot of it was just like, Cody hits this move, it's over, it's finally over. And then it wasn't over. And then you like, oh, this is it. The Usos are going to come out and screw Cody over. And then Sammy and KO came out, and it's like, okay, now this match kind of feels like it's getting a second act, and kind of made you more excited. And like now this is building up to a big finish. And, you can call that overbooked if you want, but I think it was good storytelling. And then once Cody Rhodes starts to hit all this crossroads, you're like, it's over. It's over. And then Solo Sikoa comes out and breaks our hearts, man. And I ain't gonna pretend like that didn't suck. But up until that point in the match, man, it was good. And then you had Roman Reigns' entrance with the pianos, and I thought that was just cool as shit. And then just like earlier, like I mentioned, when Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, when AJ hit the pedigree, when Cody hit the pedigree, man, that was poetic in this match. But the disappointing ending definitely knocks it down on this list to number 4. Number 3, also from WrestleMania 39, Night 2, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus the defending champion Gunther. This is Gunther's 3rd appearance on this match, and I'll go ahead and tell you it's his final appearance on this match. But the dude is MVP of WWE. Incredible match. Like I said, the best WWE matches are when they are just smacking the crap out of each other. And that's what this match was. That's pretty much what any Gunther match is. It's going to be physical. And these are probably 3 of the most physical workers in WWE, especially Sheamus. And you saw Sheamus and Gunther one-on-one have incredible matches. You saw Gunther versus Drew McIntyre have incredible matches. You saw Drew versus Sheamus have incredible matches. So you knew this match was going to be insane. And it was the most hyped match going into WrestleMania. And the only complaint I had about this match is I wish it would have gone 5-10 minutes longer. And then I think you're talking about an all-time great match. And it didn't have a disappointing ending because I wanted Gunther to win. Actually, I would have been cool if Sheamus would have won just because he's never won the Intercontinental Championship before. But I am a big Gunther fan, and I think next year he might finish as number 1 on this list. But I will tell you this year who finished number 2 on this list. Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at Payback. This match was, I think, a street fight, Extreme Rules. Is this a hardcore match? Oh my goodness. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, this was the end of their run with the Tag Team Championships after having a pretty disappointing run. But man, they went out with a bang. And Judgment Day, like, I didn't think they were going to win, but I was also like, man, if they don't, they're kind of dead in the water. And so it kind of had a surprise finish, which really added to it for me. But man, this match was just brutal, and the kickouts and the chaos of them fighting around the arena. And it was in Pittsburgh, I believe. Yeah, it was in Pittsburgh. Earlier I was trying to figure out where Becky and Trish took place. Yeah, it was the Pittsburgh crowd, because when you had Sammy and KO get thrown over the barricade and they come up wearing those hockey jerseys and the gloves and all that, and they start going in a hockey fight with Judgment Day, and then Kevin Owens starts bleeding down his face. Oh my God, that match was so freaking cool. And like I said, it was just chaos, and WWE doesn't do matches like that very often. And so I think that's what added to it also, is you don't see chaos like this in WWE, so it made it more of a spectacle, and it made this match even more special, if you ask me. And yeah, oh my God, I go back and rewatch this match every now and again, because and it's only been a few months. What, Payback was in like September, I believe. I've probably seen this match like 5 times since then, and God damn, it was good. And I don't see a lot of people talking about it for their year-end list. To me, it's the second best match in WWE this year. But there is one match that topped it all. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And that is going to be his defense against Sami Zayn in Montreal Elimination Chamber. And you know what really, really sticks out in this match is we all knew Sami Zayn was going to lose. But man, did they sell you some tickets. It's like, man, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And the near falls. And there is nobody better in WWE at the 2.99 kick out than Roman Reigns. And there's one part in this match where you're like, okay, Sammy's going to win the championship. And you're like, Roman's not going to kick out. And Michael Cole on the call, it really, really just sold the match. And it's this spot right here.
Do you believe in miracles? Haruma can't hit it. Sammy's gonna do it for the title. Hook of the leg. Reigns kicked out.
Look at the crowd. Look at Paul Heyman. Look at Sami Zayn. All the faces of shock right here. That is the perfect kick out, and it was the perfect emotion in this match. And it's one of the few matches where, I mean, you did have the outside interference from the Bloodline, but it didn't ruin this match, if you ask me. And it just had perfect story. Oh my God, I love this match. It's one of the best matches I think Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn have had in their careers. It's going to be used in a video package one day of Sami Zayn can't win the big one when he finally wins the big one. And it's going to be in both of these guys' Hall of Fame induction. And it is the best match at WWE this year. But what is your guys' list? Thank you. If you made it this far, please leave a like on the video. And if you would subscribe to the channel, I would be so grateful. We passed 600 subscribers. Thank you very much. We just hit 500 at the end of October. Now we're in mid part of December, and we're already at 600. And I'm shocked by it, man, because I didn't think we'd get insane growth like this. But yeah, I consider myself the shorts master, and those have definitely helped. And my CM Punk video, I actually got a decent amount of views too. So thank you for all the support on that, guys. Like I said, I'm still healing from a broken ankle, so I'm brainstorming on ideas of what to make for this channel. And I got extra free time to make lists like this, because I wasn't going to do this, and then I started thinking, I'm like, it's the end of the year. Everybody watches top 10 lists at the end of the year. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, comment, and I hope you guys have a great night. Trainwreck podcast. We may actually get 2 Trainwreck podcasts this week, because I'm thinking about doing one on my own, and then I think me, Drew, and Zach are going to do one on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Have a great night. See you next time.